me agüito y me salgo a beber. Dicen que yo soy un gran mujeriego y que te busco solo pa' joder. Joden y joden, no sé lo que quieren. Si yo te amo y siempre te amaré. Dicen tus jefes que yo soy un vago, que soy borracho y un loco también. Pero no saben que yo a ti te amo y que yo nunca te dejaré. Porque eres tú, mi amor, nada ni nadie nos va a separar. Porque eres tú, mi amor, nada ni nadie nos va a separar.
What's up? What's up? Put the mic more in my face.
Dicen tus jefes que a mí no me quieren y yo me agüito y me salgo a beber.
How are you guys today? We back. Yeah, we back. And I think I'm seeing you later today, bro. You know, I was supposed to get a haircut today. I ain't getting no haircut today because I got to see you, bro. But it's all good. All right. First off, any good news from anyone? Any good news? Anyone get a track signed? Anyone has a gig coming up? Maybe you figured out something dope that made you go like, fuck, aha moments. Volume pretty less. Thanks, man. You gotta let me know, man. I appreciate the feedback. This is why I'm a sound designer and not a what the fuck? What do you call those guys that usually like set up a sound at a UFC fight or at the church or a fucking like rave event? The sound engineer there. I don't know how they do it, bro. I don't know how they do it, but hold on. A ver. Also, I switched over to Apple Music, bro. I still got a Spotify account because it seems like that's where all the tech house tracks are coming on. But it sounds so much better. I was telling some of the homies, I was like, it sounds like I'm in the DAW with the song working on it. That's how clean it sounds. Just announced I'm opening for Chase West in November. That's sick, bro. Sick as but they wanted some changes. Cool. I like Chase West. I met him once. He's super cool individual. I think he's doing everything right, man. And I heard his new song. His new song is sick. Very, very well mixed too. That I don't know what like Bottega some shit. Bottega there. Just makes you feel like I'm 20 again, you know? About to go well, first off, it makes you feel like I'm in the womb. Cuz during that time I wasn't even alive. Maybe I was in the womb in my dad's balls or something and he was doing cocaine, and maybe that's the feeling it gives me. Cuz dude, I wish the 80s would have been a good time to be alive. And wear those leather jackets. I wouldn't be able to afford a Ferrari, Lamborghini, or anything like that, but I'd probably have like a nice little Toyota Supra MK2. Live out my what is that initial D? Move to Japan. Call me a gaichin. All that good shit. Changing the game, yeah, man. I think he's great. I love his stuff. Man, I need you to listen to my shit, but I'm broke. I know you won't regret it. I mean, I'll check it out, man. You know, like if I get to it, I'll check it out. Playing for the first time at Europe, holy shit! No way, that's good, man. Congrats. Playing first real big gig Saturday. That's fucking sick too. All right, so we got good news, man. That's good. That's good. Moving forward. Okay, songs came in. I'm gonna start bringing them up. Okay. Surf. You got a Dropbox now, bro. Upgrading, dude. I love it. Don't forget about Rage. I was gonna say, don't forget about Ragey, dude. That's good to hear. I remember you. No more what do you call it? No more out of key songs, right? Last night I couldn't even get an answer. I remember, bro. Oh, why? It's unmastered, so it's very quiet. Sounding pretty clean though. Let's not talk about that. Shit. Oh yeah, Alvis, bro. Alvis is on the Tech House Operator front page, bro. I saw it. I texted him. I was like, yo, bro. But that was a pretty good song. Fucking catchy. Let me know if this is too quiet for you guys. Because this is unmastered. I know this vocal, bro. You're taking me back, fool. It's like splat. I had a sesh with someone yesterday. He was he tours. And I was telling him a common mistake many people do is they always put their vocals way too quiet in their songs. Bro, bring that motherfucker up. Because if you ask me the question, you'll say, how can I process my vocal? It never sounds up front. It's a volume thing. It's a volume thing, man. Something as simple as just raising the volume on these splice vocals, that's all you need, man. A little bit of, white powder, reverby, poquito de reverb, delay, like, that's it, you're good. Yeah, I can't do anything about it because then I'm going to bring it up and SoundCloud's going to burst our ears. So I'm just going to let it be. Thanks, man. You guys are all the recognition I need. A lot of you guys support me to the point that I do this for a living. So I'm very blessed. So thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let me say this. For what this sounds even quiet like this, it sounds good. Very clean, man. I don't make this kind of stuff. I'm hearing it as an outsider. To me, it sounds fucking decent. It's grooving. It's chugging. My only concern is the vocal just being louder. Honestly, like I'm not like closing my eyes here trying to find like, oh, you need to have like drum fills in these little pockets and drum motifs and stuff to take it to the next level. But as an outsider, it sounds decent, bro. Like I would dance to this at a club. If I wasn't married, I'd be dancing up against a Latina. Like just like, mommy, I just got paid. Mommy, let me buy you a shot. No, I'm buttoning the shirt, just trying to. I'm sorry, bro. My bad. We're all devils in the heart, dog. You get married, but you're still a dog, bro. Like this song, bro. I feel like I'm a dog on a leash, Like I'm just fucking tied, but. Sick track, man. Also, this is all I'm gonna say. Okay, breaks, keeping it very simple. Maybe that's the key in all of this. I wanted you to risk it a bit more on that last break. That's about it. But the way it sits is fine as well. Sounds good. Sounds like you know what you're doing. You didn't fuck up. You don't sound like shit. You get my stamp of approval that you don't sound like shit. Okay. And again, to the untrained ear, pretty good, man. Pretty fucking great, actually. It could be to the professional ear. I just don't know what the standard is for this stuff. At the end of the day, it's club music. Sounds great, though. Nothing sounded like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Okay, now we're this, you don't sound like shit. Bam, bro. Okay, right from the start, right, I'll tell it like this. I'm starting to hear this song. Theme, you got some nice little chords going, really soft, but the drums and everything sounding fucking like I'm questioning a lot of this fucking very aggressive. And yeah, but let's see, let's give it a chance. Give it a chance. Okay. I'll say it like this. Doesn't sound wrong. Like there's a okay, so here, like when it comes to music, you could follow theory in terms of the mixing and stuff of a song, but there's a reason why certain mixing engineers get Grammys and certain mixing engineers don't, right? It's because those guys slipped a Benjamin into an envelope and sent it to the Grammy forum and shit and that. But it's because with mixing, yeah, you can be very clean and you can push stuff and you can make it sound fucking loud and expensive. But if the vibe doesn't call for it, the vibe doesn't call for it. And sometimes the most simplest things is just switching out the drums for what you're trying to do. Right now I'm hearing this track, right, and the vibe on it feels very mellow with the chords and the nice little vocal, like swells, but the drums are on a totally different spectrum. They sound very aggressive. They sound very pushed. The bass line also sounds very processed. So this is more of a question of doing less or switching stuff up, right? Sometimes the simple answer is, if you ask me, how can I get my drums to hit harder? Sometimes the simple answer is just pick better fucking drums, to be honest. If you ask me, I don't know, something's wrong with my drums and I can't get them to sound right in this track, maybe it's just the wrong drums. Maybe the vibe of those drums will never fit what the song's trying to do. They're just on a different spectrum. One of them listens to rock, the other one's into jazz. I mean, who the fuck would listen to jazz? But, it's one of those things when I'm hearing this, I'm just like, doesn't sound wrong in the sense that it sounds like a fairly clean mix. Nothing's really masking, but the vibe of everything just seems really off, man. But here, let's see the main idea on the break. I know you worked really hard on it, and I don't want to skip that because yesterday I showed my wife a track I was working on, and I was like, what do you think? And she was like, huh, good. And then she fucking left, bro. So to the guy that commented, I make music with my wife, you're lucky, bro. You're lucky, dog. Man, you're being very aggressive today, bro. Trying to rape my ears. That's what this is, isn't it? Give it to me.
Go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn.
Hey, it's that guy. What's his name from The Dark Knight?
Rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end, no dark is right. Because their words had fought no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Rage
Alfred, bro.
Against the dying of the light.
Damn. I mean, I'm going to criticize that impact because it could have been a lot deeper and better, but I mean, the idea is solid, I would say, on that. But, okay.
The light.
Cool track. It seems like a very chill track with very aggressive drums, man. I think I said all I had to say. I think the break's cool. Again, vocal could probably be a lot louder. The impact, like that you did, had me feeling like, you know, you know, it was about some form of climax was about to happen. Maybe a piano melody or a synth was gonna do some cool shit there, but it just went back to the same shit we've been hearing before, which might be the right call. Maybe it's just not about setting it up like you're about to fucking, you know, bomb the house, like in the profile picture and shit. You know what I mean, dude? Like it could be as simple as that. So, it sounds great. Just maybe rethink the drums and the processing. It doesn't have to be as heavy. Okay. The baby's crying in the back. It knows. All right, we have Manu Verano ID Dirty Song version 3. The song's very quiet. You have to Google his name. You know that. I know him as Alfred. Okay, I remember now. He left the description. Hi, Sen, is it second drop good enough? It's like Viagra, bro. I didn't even need to take Viagra. Holy shit. Yeah, we've heard the song before. I think we criticized the second drop a lot. Let's see if it's right. We're all committed to this song at this point. You ever want to have anyone feel like invested in you? Just tell them to tell you one thing, ask them to do one thing to your song, or ask them one thing they would do and then do it. So if a label says, what would you do? Or they say, just do it, and they're going to sign your track, bro, because they're invested in it. Make them commit. All right, let's see, bro.
Not really. Hi. Not really.
Okay, come on, ma.
Hi. Hi.
Yeah, but it's good, eh? It's not. So I don't know what the second drop is. Is this the second drop or is this the second drop? Bro, just... I think you're overthinking this, man. Literally, you could probably, like I said, like I'm pretty sure last week Sen said the same thing. One, fake drops, like whatever the fuck that was. Do you need to do it? If you must, it's okay. I would just say go into the fucking drop and that's it. Like, why are you overcomplicating it? That's all, man. Literally. Like, you could just go into that main drop. Because remember, music is literally just bits and pieces, right? If you think about it, when you start your song, let's say this song, and you do your drums and your bass, well, that's one fucking idea, right? That's one section of a song, of your song, which could be the, in dance music, let's say it's the intro or the verse. So then after that, you go into what would be melody and the organ sound. That's another section of your song. And then after that, you go into a break, and then that's a section. But the point is, you always come back to your sections with variations, right? So why not just come back to like the main idea of the song and like add maybe like a ride or add something different, have that little arp, and that's it. You know, like you don't got to overcomplicate it because you already have your main idea. And if people like the song, your main idea is what they want. There's no reason to try and outdo anybody or try to like, you know, to put your balls on the desk because you already won them over by the time you're in this section of your song. So this is what I'll say, right? If you want to do something crazy, I wouldn't do this for this long. And you just drop into it. You know, you could do something like that. But I feel like committing like a whole 8 bars to just doing another whatever this is. I don't know, man. That's my take on this. Just keep it simple, man. If you just go into it's fine. You're good. This works already, bro. Keep the vocal going if you must. That little arp, it can work, but you have to switch the notes it's playing. It's just not, the notes aren't getting along with what you were doing. Why are we doing this again after you just fucking did all of this? Doesn't make sense to keep doing that. Just let the groove go, man. There you go. Yeah, no reason to do all of this because if you're going to do all of this, why are you going to do that again? You know, you just gave us 8 bars to dance and then all of a sudden we're back into another, whatever the hell, what do we call those? Like build-ups? Right? So just let the track breathe. Don't like do this, maybe like 4 bars, 2 bars, and then just drop into this, go into that. No need for fancy shit, and then just finish the song, and you're good to go, bro. I'm spending a little time here because you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna finish this, get it signed, and you're good to go, man. No need to be crazy. All right, we got Coffin Takeout. Okay. Let's give it a chance. Trying to vibe with you, bro. I'm trying to vibe, okay? I'm gonna let it drop. But if the crowd ain't feeling it, I gotta mix the fuck out of this. All right, sounds good. I think the thing I don't like is the way the vocal in that beat and bass interact. Sounds like some dude's just fucking mumbling in the back, which worries me a little bit because if I'm in a bus and someone's in the back, you know, fuck, dude. Oh, shit, I've been watching too much of that shit. But fuck, dude. Fuck. I like the idea of the song when it's just the beat. I think it's good. Dum 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 dum. Dun, 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 dun. That's what I hear in my head. Dun, 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 dun. But the mumbling and all that, I'm not too sure on it. Definitely threw me off. That's why I was like, if the crowd's feeling it, the crowd's feeling it. You know what I mean? Thanks, man. Just need someone telling me. Yeah, so I like the beat. I think it's cool, and I like the fact that it's like Nico said. I was actually thinking that in my head when I first started hearing it. Ah, cool. A bass that isn't doing what is very common. So I thought that was pretty sick. The problem though is the vibe on it with the vocal just doesn't make sense to me too much. It's something that I'm like, why even have the fucking vocal there? It doesn't add anything. It just makes it sound messy. That's all I gotta say, bro. But I like the beat. I think it's sick. Drake, Hold On, Axel La Triste. Only have 1 hour worth of work on here. Just curious to see how my mixing is, and also trying to experiment with more deep tech and less Latin tech lately. I forgot who told me this. Someone told me like all the Luke Dean and all that shit. I'm assuming that's what deep tech is. Not sure. Like it's just a bunch of sample market samples and shit that they've reworked, like the samples, the synth loops and stuff. So just laying it out there in case anyone finds that useful. Ah, this sounded pretty good, bro. The moment that vocal and this bass came in, I'm like, bass. The bass though is missing the top part of it, right? Because you're doing a 7th bass. It's 2 saws or maybe 2 squares. I would just open up the cutoff filter a little more. You know how you route an envelope to your cutoff filter to open the filter up? You can also increase the envelope amount, how much the envelope is opening up the filter by, to make the top part smack a little more. Bum, 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 bum. So just, if you can open it up a tad bit more, that's what I would do for this. Minimal Nice 2, that's sick, bro. Make sure, like, some of the patches are going to be velocity sensitive. So if they're velocity sensitive, when you input a MIDI note into Ableton, at the bottom, you should have these lines. So you can always play with those to get the sound to, you know, like do, you know, get movement on it. If it's not there, bottom left, you click on this little fucking thing and it will open it up for you. And you could also try that. Just check. If not, just open the filter up a cut more. That'll be good. But that sounds tasty. Yo, what's up, in effect? How you been, bro? Maybe a little too loud too. Vocals are really filtered as well, so I don't know why. But, you know, get the highs in there, bruh. Maybe you're trying not to get copyrighted by SoundCloud, but I think once you nail it, it's going to sound great. And yeah, saturate the drums a little bit as well, man. It could just be a volume thing as well, because I like the way the clap sounds, but the should be louder. But other than that, just figure out the volumes, the balance on the song and stuff. But yeah, it's sounding good, bro. Little too warm. When I say that, I mean a little too. There's not a lot of high frequency in this track, so I don't know if that's intended on purpose, but I would definitely allow some out. And if you're ever looking for that retro-ish sound where like you still have highs, but it doesn't sound as harsh as others, you're gonna want a tape machine for that, and you're gonna wanna have like the IPS, which is the movement speed of the tape. No one cares, but that's what they set it as. Usually it's 30, 15, and 5, I think. 15 is where you want to be at for that stuff. Okay, Accelerator, Nico Faya. I saw Fisher play your song, man. How does it feel? How does it feel, dude? Catch and release. Damn, bro. I already see it, bro. I already see it.
No, you wanted accelerator.
Drums here made me go, I would like just like giving you my first thoughts, intuitions on stuff, like first hear through. When the drums come in, I'm not like the hats. So something I teach people when we get into, I think I taught this to Chris. He's in here somewhere. When you have a snare build, one thing I learned from doing All Stars, which, you know, because I've done like SoundBank, sound packs, and worked in different genres of music and shit. Like in drum and bass, something I found very interesting was some of those guys don't allow high frequencies on their snare builds. I always wondered why, but now I realized it when I did it on a couple of tech house tracks, that if you like control the highs on the snare build, it allows, let's say you want to have an open hat or close hats, to sit on top nicely, because the thing is, when the snare build has that high frequency, it interacts with your open hat and your hats, right? So if the snare is very like there's a lot of top end like that to it, and your open hat and close hat are sitting right down the center with it, it sounds like, to me, it just sounds kind of like, it loses a bit, the immersion effect of it. So what that means is when I hear a song that's really well mixed, there's an immersion effect where like everything doesn't fight with each other and you get this feeling of depth. But the moment that happened, that's why I've maybe felt a bit like, you know, because a snare build was coming in with a lot of highs. So just try it. Yeah, it fucks with the space of the highs. I just want to say it like that, but I'm also trying to explain it in a way where it would make sense to a lot of people. I guess I don't know if that's what we would call frequency masking, but for example, you know, a lot of people, when they start making music, and this is a lot of tech house guys, they don't really care about the stereo image and about frequency. They just fucking drop shit in. If it bangs, it bangs. But once you start looking at more of the guys that have songs that sonically just sound superior to most of other people there's a lot of thought put into where they're placing their elements and what frequencies those elements are taking up. So, for example, if you have a track with really wide drums, then you're making a decision, hopefully, that your drums are what's going to take up the stereo image. They're going to be the forefront of the song. And anytime you bring in a lead, or anytime you bring in a pad, or anytime you bring in a vocal, you're not going to make the vocal wide. You're not going to make the leads wide. Why? Because they're going to interact with the wide drums that you've decided to, you decided to commit to. So then you have to go, okay, my drums are wide, vocal down the center, which usually is the case majority of the time. If you come with a lead, though, that's when people fuck up. If a lead is allowed wide, it's going to fight with the drums, and you're going to get this feeling of like instability on the side. You're going to be like, why isn't my lead popping, etc. And it's because it's sitting right on top of something else that is supposed to be at the front. So that's where you might go with a lead that's more monophonic. So it's little things like that matter a ton, where like when you use headphones, is not as apparent as when you're on monitors. But again, headphones will probably be the best bet for many to mix. But it's just something to keep track of and be mindful of as you're working on the song, the stereo image of your track. So all that for a little fucking snare drum, bro. But yeah, I just felt that. It's simple fix, though. Simple fix.
I know you want it accelerated.
Nice. Mono drums, white lead.
And get it. Accelerated.
Well, you're doing it. Nice. Yeah, very good. Last thing to add, if there's call and response between drums that are wide and the synth, that's fine as well. That was good, man. Rate it. You find like signature lead. I agreed on the snare. That now that you point it out.
accelerated.
It's hard.
Once again.
Car response.
Let me tease it.
It's pretty good, man. Let's see. Well, I think any feedback, any feedback's good feedback, you know. So if someone says it feels off, it's always good to kind of take it into account. I don't care if the person just started making music like a week ago or if they're the professional or whatever. I don't really care. Usually, if someone has that intuition, like if like my wife's listening to it and she's like, "You lost me," then it's like, okay, why though? Why did I lose her? You know? And hopefully, I don't lose her in that sense. But she's like, "I'm gonna divorce you because you lost me in this part of your song." Dog. Let's see. Let's go.
Oh, if you want it, let me upgrade it. I know you want it accelerated. Oh, let me tease it. Baby, believe it. I know you need it, so come and get it. So come and get it. So come and
Most maybe like a supportive element on the mids. That's about it, to be fair. It's really hard to place anything there because the vocals are just going ham. And I was going to say, okay, vocal and ear candy stuff, but if the vocal's going to take that up, which I think it should, there's really not a lot to add there. I mean, you could add a fucking Reese. That's always the answer to the question. Fucking Reese. But yeah. Yeah, the snares are hard. Dude, I am in the same boat because like I was working on this synthwave song last night. Like it's turning into indie some shit, like indie melodic techno or something. That's the direction it's taking, but essentially the snare is always a pain in the butt too, man. Like, because it has that frequency, right? The fucking mid-low frequency that gives the snare the body. The problem with it, though, is like you try to level it, you'll be like, oh, it sounds fine, and then you'll hear it at a quiet volume versus loud, and then you're like, it's poking out a bit too much, and then you bring it up, and then you're like, too much, and then you hear too much of that body, so then you cue it down a little bit, and you're like, oh, good, and then you just keep doing that until eventually it just sounds like a fucking It's hard, though. What worked for me on this previous one, which that might be the answer for you, is just compression on it. And I don't really know why it worked, because in my head, it doesn't make sense. But I used an 1176 compressor. And just know with that one, the attack and the release are like the opposite to normal compressors, because they're fucking Japanese, I like to say. Backwards thinking like the Yamaha guys. But that one helped a lot to get it to sit right. So you might want to try it. Okay. All right, cool. Let's keep going. I keep opening your link. Mira, otra vez. I don't have. And then you said me can't go. You're good. I have it, bro. No worries. I pushed to talk. Oh, he's back, bro. I like the fact that you don't give up and you put yourself in uncompromising positions, man. Because I haven't had one nice thing to say about your music. But I think that's good. Because I know that feeling. Okay. God fucking damn it. Yeah, I was talking about you, bro. Yeah, the kicks fucking flat as fuck. All right, man. See, now I'm being blackmailed here, bro. You know what? I won't hold back though. Fuck you. You will not silence me, mo. The kick. I feel like I want to go in and cue some shit out, but I'll say it like this. Yesterday I was on the stream with a friend, and I showed him the bass. I was like, I EQ'd the bass, bro. Look, how does it sound? And I thought it sounded fucking great. He's like, let me hear it without the EQ. Oh, okay. He's like, yeah, you lost a lot. And I'm like, fuck. But eventually, in the Ableton EQ, there's this thing called scale. So it's at 100%, right? By default, because that's what you want. However, if you find that you're always over EQing stuff and making it too clean, maybe you're making the right decisions. You just don't know by how much you should reduce. So that scale feature, maybe if you're known for going a little too hard with the EQ, just pull back on it so that it undoes the damage and put it at 50%, 30%. So that way, you know, like you still have your cuts, but they're not as drastic. Oh, it's been a minute. Me cool. I feel like the track's missing atmosphere. A big thing, bro. And maybe you might benefit from a rumble. Like, you know, like in techno, they have the rumble sound, but not like, if you already have something providing the low end, you don't allow the rumble to provide the low end. You get the top parts of it so that it gives that atmosphere to your song. I would try it. I have Maddox Rumble, the plugin. I liked it. I thought people on Reddit were a little too hard, fucking tryhards and shit. I thought it was fucking great. I enjoyed that plugin a lot. Might want to try that. It's gonna be the easiest way, and I think like the only way to fucking get a proper, not the only way, but like, why work hard, you know? I would use that. And yeah, it's missing subs. So I brought my thing up. Low end wise, all I'm feeling is the kick. And it's not even hitting like that. Sick. I think this is cool. So first thing, find a way to add atmosphere to your song. Second thing, get your low end under control. So if you need some guidance, your kick, you're going to EQ it. It's going to be somewhere in the mids to mid lows. Again, if you cut too much on the kick, it's going to sound clean, but you're going to lose a lot. So you have the scale feature there. So do that. Find a way to add atmosphere to the song and get the kick and low end sorted. If you need to use a sub, use a sub. Nothing wrong with having a sub side chaining at the bottom end like that. You know, just the normal sine wave should do if you're gonna have the identity of the bass be the roll. Atmosphere. And yeah, we're good. Okay, won't you? This is the guy I was talking about. Look, I always want to find nice things to say about people's music. Trust me, like, I hate when people talk shit about my music or tell me feedback. Like, I get it. But you have to earn it, you know? Like, you can't expect everyone to just have nice things to say to an extent, because if it's not the truth, then you're living a fucking lie. And the rewarding thing about music production is the fact that you can get better. And anything that you can work at to get better, I feel is always very addicting. So, yeah, at first it's going to suck, but you know, once you get people saying, oh, I love your song, or oh, this song's sick, bro, like, it's going to feel good knowing that it's truthful. You know what I mean? So let's go, bro. Hopefully I say something sick, okay? Because I love you. I love you, bro. Here we go, bro. Won't you take me? Maybe. Just, we'll see. See, so like here, your shaker's hella loud, hella loud. Let's hope. Nice to see you again. It's been a minute. Trisha runs the world. So we got to get insurance for this track. That's going to be my first feedback, because if this gets released, some eardrums are going to get popped, man. That shaker's just very aggressive. That open head shaker's fucking loud. I'm not even bumping it over here, and it's like, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Won't you take me? Won't you take? Won't you take me? Won't you take? Won't you take me? Won't you take? Won't you take? Won't you take me? 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 Won't you take?
Maybe. Yeah, cool. Dun, 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 dun. The bass sounds like it's too high of an octave, but trust me, I get it. You pick a key like B minor to try and avoid the minor, A minor. Oh, no, that's a horrible joke. A minor. Shit. Yeah, a little too high on the sub, I would say. But if you bring it down, it sounds like shit. Whatever, leave it as is. But some chords, piano, Rhodes would be nice here. Usually what I'll do, and I don't know if I should be giving this away, but fuck it, I don't care. I love you guys. What I do now is I have Loop Cloud and Splice opened anytime I'm working on a song. So what I'll do is if I get stuck, I don't know what to do for a break, I'll go on Splice and look for chords, look for ARPs, ideas that can get my mind working. So I'll play my song that I'm stuck, the part that I'm stuck on, and I'll start looking for shit through there. Sometimes it takes like 20 minutes to find something good. Sometimes it's instant, and eventually you'll find something that vibes well. And you can either grab the sample and use it as is for your song, which is what many people do. And I'll talk about why you got to watch out for that now, because it seems like DistroKid and all these distribution companies are being a bit more strict about using samples. But usually, like, if that's the case, I find a chord progression or an ARP or something, and it works, I'll bring it in. If it works really well, I'm cool. But if I like the idea, but it's just sonically not there, because maybe it's a hip-hop loop at 70 BPM, and I'm at 128, or maybe it's at 180, and I'm at 128, then I will make it myself. And as I make it myself, I'll add my own flair to it. Maybe my brain wants it to go certain ways, but it just gets the idea started. So if you have issues like that where you don't know what to do, have Splice, Loop Cloud open, and then just go through shit until you find something that excites you, that speaks to you, and then drop it in. And if you want to go a little step further, and you know how to get the sound that they have, then from there you can go in and like make it yourself. And yeah, you know, that's usually the way. Use what you have at your disposal in order to get ideas. Don't try and just sit there with a blank stare and not get anything out. Use your sample packs, use Splice, use Loop Cloud. If you must, use AI as well. It just takes a little bit more effort to use AI, which is the reason I don't use it as much. But I will run like songs through it and figure out like, oh, you know, well, how would AI reimagine my song? A lot of the times it suggests good stuff, but the overall suggestion sucks ass. But there's always neat ideas that it will provide for you. Here, like a chords, you know, something cool, man. Different vibe.
Won't you take me? Won't you take? Won't you take me? Won't you take? Won't you take? Won't you take me? Won't you?
Okay, cool. That's really all I have to say, man. Track is very bare bones in a good way, because sometimes that's all you need. But I would definitely find at least one synth element and a way to incorporate either chords or chord hits into this. Main reason is most music is what? Drums, bass, vocal, synth, guitars, you know, that you can tie those together there. And that's about it, really, right? It's bass, kick, Sorry, drums, bass, melody, chords if needed, vocal if needed, right? And that's all it is. That's all it is. Okay. Effects.
What the fuck?
Órale.
All night, all day, all night, all day, all night, all.
I do have to ask, you on headphones or speakers? I'm just curious because every time you send something in, I'm always like your mixes sound decent. Like,
Day,
so you found something that works for you.
all day, all night. What the fuck? All day, all night. What the fuck? What the fuck? All day, all night. All day, all night. All day,
Cool. I like it.
all night. All day, all night. All day, all night. All day, all night, night. All day.
Song idea. It's not catching me. The way it's progressing and what it's doing, man. I don't know. It's not
All
really.
night.
It's like the bait's there, and I'm like, should I? I think Al Fisher came up with his label, but the bait's there, and I'm like, you haven't hooked me yet, and I'm waiting for it, but you haven't hooked me. You haven't made me go, let's fucking go. You know, like I don't know why. It's most likely just the idea, but
All night. All night. All day. All night. What the fuck? All day. All night. What the fuck? What the fuck?
see, I was a tuna. I was a yellowfin tuna. I didn't catch the bait. I like the first drop. I think the first drop sounds sick, and then after that, I'm like, something's missing in this. That's all. But I like the idea and the fact that you're doing the 1/8 shit, but like in your own way with like the electro stuff. Wow. And yeah, I agree. That was the snare, the clap. You need a snare, clap layer, but it's missing something to excite me. Right now, I'm not excited. I am not excited about it. Like I was, and then I lose my excitement. Right. So hopefully that helps in a way. I can't think of what to do. But again, I'm not excited.
All day.
Even this section here, with the vocal going back like that, it just feels very uninspiring. It's kind of like you just did it because you didn't know what to do. Do something cool with the vocal. Add some effects. You know, happy accident needs to happen probably. Yeah, it's one of those things.
All day. All night. All day. All night. All day. All night. All day.
Yeah, so I would say, like I said, keep the bass, but figure out everything around it. One thing that came to mind as I was hearing that is the snare, the clap. The character of it is too basic for what you're doing. It feels like you want to go into Vengeance packs, Electro Faust packs, and you want to get those kind of drums on this. Give it more character. Right now, it feels like the drums are tech housey, but for this, maybe that's not the answer. But other than that, I think it's like the main idea is the bass, and I think that's sick. So I also don't like the pluck sound you come in after to the right. I think it's a pussy ass way of like, come on, man, we're hard as shit. You know, we're rock hard, we're ready. And then that Martin Garrix pluck comes in. You know, it's one of those things where maybe it's another sound needs to be there, or it needs to do something way more interesting, like some shit, you know. But I don't have the idea. I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. Sway was right, man. I don't got the answer. Help looking to see if I need to add more or take away or take stuff away. Also, the mixdown seemed like it was super hard to do on this track. Okay, why was that? Was it the low end, the mids, the drums? What was so hard about it? I feel like a kid again. Lost in this feeling of rush. Yeah, pads are super tricky, bro. Pads are one of the hardest things for me to get right in the mix. Always sucking. But sounding good. So vocals are hella wide. I would also, this is my intuition, maybe it's not the right thing. I feel like the kick needs to be compressed. It sounds flat as shit, but we'll see when the low end hits. What the fuck? I like to respect people's creative decisions. Maybe the bongos need to be mixed better, but they're way too upfront and way too fucking drawn out. I use Ableton, the best DAW in the fucking world. These drums are a lot better. These bongos, sorry, are a lot better. These bongos are a lot better. Fuck that other. The way. First off, I'm never wrong when it comes to a kick, because the reason these packs that I make take forever is because I over obsess over the kicks, and I'm still not happy with the kicks I make, bro. Because it always feels like I'm trying to be unique with the kicks. Like, I can make a good kick, but there's more to life than just that basic ass fucking kick, isn't there? So that's the hard part, is how the fuck do you make a kick that's interesting and still sounds glorious, right? So yeah, the kick is fine. It just needs to be compressed. It just sounds way too flat. It's usually the case with these 909 kicks when you have the tone all the way up. Sorry, I'm trying to get this fucking... mic proper. Full fucking shit. Look at this thing. There we go. I'll say it like this personally, and I could be wrong. Your drums are just way too fucking busy. Like that's what I feel about it. Your bongos, everything's just way too busy, man. Okay, so how would I approach this? That bongo with a fucking resonance. Like, it's fine. Bongos need to have resonance. It's just a mixing decision you will have. Maybe quieter. That's the first thing, and more in the back. Yeah, there's another goddamn bongo too. I hear it like, yeah, man, it just feels like I would mono these fucking drums. Personally, me, that's what I would do. I'll just say it like that. I'm not gonna be scared of what people think on this. I would mono the fucking drums. Personally, me, like the shit out of them, get them sounding good there, gate them, make them tighter, not so drawn out. It could also just be the idea, you know? I'm trying to hear, okay, let's say you fix the drums. Does the idea stand by itself? Like the idea of that pad and that melodic loop you got going on. I mean, I think that idea in itself is good. The question for me is, you fix the drums, do you think the idea still sits strong? Like, it sounds fucking great. I'm more on the side that it's not, but like I said, it's subjective. I could be wrong on it, so it's up to you to make that decision. Maybe it's just that way the idea is even if you mixed it right, it would still just wouldn't sound right to you because it's just a fucking idea, you know? Like, the bongos and everything, how it's coming together just doesn't really feel that strong. Maybe there's a different way of writing it, like contrast. Maybe the drop becomes more of a groovy bass drop. You start with your intro with the pads, and then you save your pads for the breaks and for your C sections on the drops. That could be something fair to do. So that way you have contrast in your song and change, because another issue I had with this song was as you go from the left to the right and you land on the drop, the track energy just feels like it's stale as shit. And the easiest way to solve that is to let the pad go. You had your fun with it, and then just drop into a groovy ass, not a groovy bass, but like a nice fucking bass with those ideas, and then work your way back to the pad for a second break or for your bridge or your come down. Like, you can slowly bring it back in and have the break again with the pad, and then drop again and have it be groovy. That's the way I would go about it, because right now this pad is, it's killing the energy. And it's a very common thing too with progressive house producers and melodic techno producers to have the pad always playing because they feel like it adds a lot. And I agree, it does add a lot, but songs are going to need energy change. They need to have contrast. They need to have, every section should sound different, and you always want to have big changes that make the track feel exciting and also make it feel like it's like coming down. All I gotta say, let me go to the right and call it a day on this. And it could also be as simple as the pad maybe being quieter, but you do need a bass, bro, like a good funky bass like you're known for, so just do that. I'll be good, man. All right, we got my wife and my son went to San Francisco for his birthday, and they went to the Tenderloin. I think that's for like their Skid Row. I don't know if this is what you're referring to or it's like Tenderloin Tuesdays at Wendy's or some shit, but dude, they're closing TGI Fridays, bro. I used to love the mozzarella sticks there. They used to have good deals on the beer. What's going on, bro? What's going on? I know. Right? The first when that shit came, I was like, Michael, Michael, beat it. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, bro. Are you sure, bro? I ain't trying to burn no bridges, dog. But yeah, hey, bro, what the fuck? Sold your soul to the devil, huh? 6660. No one ruin that, please. No one go follow his ass. No one follow his ass, bro. Ah, now I know how you got on there, bro. Life into good. I sold my soul to the devil. You're gonna end up on a Conjuring movie, bro. Shit, look at that number, bro. No, don't ruin it. It's great. It's glorious. 6660. El diablo. These places are graceful. Okay. Yeah, man, what's going on in the intro, bro? I hope it's just the bass. Maybe it's moving too much and you could just have it, but I don't know, man. Yeah, man, bro, you know how the other guy told him there was a hook and shit, and I was like, I'm close to biting, but he just couldn't. Your fucking ass put on. You didn't put no bait on that hook. You just threw the hook. Like, I'm a fish, you know. I ain't getting near that, bro. I know better, dog. Got to put a worm on that shit. This is also a B-side. Alvis, I don't know, man. This mijo. Okay, let's see if. The main thing for me is that dun 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 dun. Like that's the thing for me that's really throwing me off. Everything else is okay, but this part's sick. Those delay tricks, bro. Just so you know, I taught that shit on my YouTube channel too, bro, okay? You didn't have to go hire someone, dog, but... What people think. You guys be honest. Be honest. That's good though. I'll say what my big issue is on the song. So overall, the song is decent. Okay, it's good. For me, it's that first fucking hit, dun 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 dun. I feel like that doesn't really work well with everything else. That's the one thing that's bothering the shit out of me. Like main thing. Everything else is cool. I get it, but that's the one thing that I'm like, I don't know, man. Yo no sé. Like you could have it, dun dun, and maybe remove it when all the shit is happening. That's what I would say though. But other than that, man, sick. I mean, it has a lot of personality, which I think is good. And also, if you see the votes, only 31 people voted. Everyone can vote, but some people are driving and at work, so they can't do it. But if it's divisive, I think it's a great song. That's what you want. But for me, it's just the dun dun. That's about it. You could have it, but is there any way to make it sound better? And removing it when your friend is going crazy on the keys to the point where Paris Hilton's getting excited about making another sex tape, you know? Those fingers, what they do, huh? What's up? But yeah, good, bro. Good, that's all I'm gonna say. Oh, I see them. They're at the top. Yo sí hablo español bien. Más se me hace raro hablarlo en el stream en español, pero sí, yo lo hablo, porque soy mexicano, americano, no, like that song. Uno americano. Yo hablo español. Ey, ey, So you got 57% yes, 43% no. Yeah, I suck at my R's, bro. Mis R's. I can't, no puedo la R. No. En español, ¿ok? Where you at, in effect?
Welcome to the rave.
¿Cuál nombre usaste? What name did you use?
Welcome to the rave.
Yeah, I have it. Right now I have. I'm not even a DJ. I have 80 tracks.
Welcome to the rave. Welcome to the rave. Welcome to the rave. Welcome to the rave.
I found it.
Welcome to the rave.
Yeah, we still. Let me hear this properly. I was putting songs on.
Welcome to the rave.
Yeah, so when the piano comes in there, very sudden, maybe we need to build to it slowly rather than just go straight into it.
Welcome to the rave.
Welcome to the rave. Dun, dun, dun. Maybe just the sounds, the synth sounds you have on the drop or on this part here could go there. But yeah, the piano just comes in way, way too fucking hot. Saturate everything. Could also be the way it's mixed, but
Welcome to the rave.
that's fine. Question if the drum should go away.
Welcome to the rave.
That sound shouldn't go away.
Welcome to the rave.
That's nice. Impact, boom. Into it might help. Boom. Nice. Yeah, that's my thing. So you guys think the piano needs to be less robotic, even if it's the Korg M1 piano? That's gonna be my thing on it. I think maybe it's just the way it's mixed that's throwing people off. But But yeah, the piano comes in fucking hot on the first break.
Welcome to the radio.
I feel like you need to come in with that instead. Yeah, I think it's just fixing the piano and then that synth sound should come in towards the right more. Other than that, just a little fixes here and there and you're pretty much done with this, bro. There's no transitions into the next parts. Yeah, it needs them. I think last time we talked about it too. The transitions need work. That's the main thing. But other than that, cool idea. Like the chords, like the melody, super dope, man. Yeah, I gotta get that sorted and it's good to go. Stamina Vocal Master.
Hey. Hey, I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. Hey. Hey, I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. Hey, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Hey, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I am your controller, so get with this. Feel the pain and the pleasure when I crack my whip. No more quests, just load up your stamina. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough.
I'm looking for my AC controller. It's fucking hot in here, bro.
I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping. 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 Even when you say
So far, ideas are pretty solid. I thought it was pretty good.
you've had enough.
This section here,
I'm not stopping.
how are you gonna risk it? Give me something different.
You say you've had enough. I am your controller, so get with this. Feel the pain and the pleasure when I crack my whip. No more quests, just load up your stamina. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping. 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 I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even when you say you've had enough. I'm not stopping even.
Okay, cool. How can you take it further is what I would say. So this is my first thoughts hearing this through. Definitely sounds cool. Break
I'm not stopping.
here. Missing something, it feels like. You know, for me, I would put like a mischievous ARP, but for you, that might be a different answer. I like this part.
When you say you've had
I think this is cool.
I am your controller.
That's all cool. But the track from the left to the right, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of cool, but then it loses its touch because it relies so much on the FM shots. It relies so much on that wham, wham, wham. So it just needs more. Like, so it could be, as people are saying, maybe the vocal needs to be distorted more for more character. Here, when you did that, I was like, okay, we kind of heard that already. It's cool. Boom, boom. Maybe a different bass shot. Boom, boom. I'll do it with my mouth, though. This is what I hear in my head. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You know, like, boom, 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 boom. Dun, said you had it. Not. Boom, 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 boom. Said you said you had enough. It could be anything. That's what I hear because I like fucking arps and shit. But it could be anything. Like, you just need to add more to it and do something cool with the boom, 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 boom. You know, some shit like that, man. Like, that's what I'm hearing in my head as I hear this. Here again, more atmosphere, something different. But yeah, it's still way above average. Like, I think it's pretty sick, bro. It's missing the last 5%. Yeah, dude. But you're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get it. Hopefully my voice helps a bit, and the chat gave you some really good ideas. I feel like they have a point. I think that the vocal could definitely be a lot more like pushed and shit. It's a little too clean for what you're doing, so just push it. And then maybe find ways to do cool things with the vocal. Run the vocal through Portal. Run the vocal through a fucking chorus, like Daichi says, man. Run the vocal through anything that can provide some form of ideas. Infiltrator, you know, like some like chops, some shit that will just give you like, oh, I know what to do with this and where to put it. You know, sometimes you need happy accidents because you get stuck on habits and it happens, man. But you got it, man. Go on Splice, go through a bunch of loops while you're playing your drop. Maybe you can chop something up, you know, pitch something down by 12. And if all else fails, you can always go have a beer because you're over 21. Hell yeah, let's go. House with techno. Okay, if you're NFL hyper chorus, damn, what is a hyper chorus? For Send, this track is unmastered. Use Diva and Wavetable for all my sound design. Mixed using a pair of Marshall headphones and using cracked Ableton and plugins. And yeah, man, that's all fair, dog. That bed's looking a little raggedy, and I see the sins over there, but that's good, man. Definitely sounds like it, though. Allah. All right, let me get that AC controller. Yeah, my big issue is the rolling bass and the kick, the rolling kick bass, the rolling knock bass, just not sounding optimal with the kick. So that's the first thing I would focus on. For you, if you know how to make a kick, you can make it, but it's going to be about just finding the right kick, man, or sample selection. Missing... Yeah, the clap's also kind of taking me away from the magic of the song, the hypnotic groove, as ChatGPT would say. It's way too wide, way too swampy, and way too loud compared to what your kick and bass are doing, because it's hypnotic groove, right? It's supposed to be chill. It's supposed to be like you're high as fuck, making some beats on an Ace's laptop. But it takes you away from that feeling of your track. So I like the shakers, but it's the fucking clap. It's just killing the vibe. So kick could be fine if the rolling bass gets maybe quieter or more filtered or less. And put the clap as well. If you're gonna have your shakers wide, I wouldn't recommend making your synth have ping pong delay, because there's no point, it kills the vibe. If you want to have that ping pong delay on the synth, make your shakers down the center. It just sounds weird to have like a very strong ping pong delay that's very loud sit on top of shakers. Like, it just sounds odd. I would either one, delay for the synth down the center, or two, shakers down the center. I like this part. That's really nice drone you got. I really like the drone here. Vocals very tastefully processed. I like that. That's sick. Yeah, that kick is just not it. Thanks for the donation, Ash. I'll bring your song up in a bit. I'm trying. The Keyed, what's your name on the... I know who you are. I just don't know the name, man. I'm trying to look you up. Thanks for the donation too, man. I'm gonna go feed my kids Chipotle today. Sick. And then the synth sounds stock, so it could be done a lot better. More saturation. Play around with the saturation methods in Ableton, man. You know, like, just discover saturation that way and try and make it sound as good as possible. So if I had to say what you should work on for your song, this is what I would say. Kick, it's either the kick needs to be a lot louder or you need a different kick. Okay. Number two, clap for sure needs to be changed. It kills the whole vibe of your song. Three, you have to make the decision on that synth, the main synth of the song, whether you want the ping pong delay wide or centered. Now, I'm going to say I would go more for center because the synth isn't there as much as the shaker. So if you want your shaker to be auto panning like the way it is, I would recommend that the delay on your synth be more down the center. So you can do that in Ableton by going into stereo, not using the ping pong, and making sure your delays are, your delays are synced up. So there's like a button you can press. Other than that, after that, maybe some more percussion could bring in more to the track. And then I would say that's about it. There's other things I have in my head, like the texture of the song, the way the drums are mixed for what you're doing could be a lot more industrial sounding to add more of character to your song. But the way it sits, if you're just doing this by yourself, you're not using samples, isn't too shabby. That's all I got to say on it, man. There's some room for areas of improvement for sure on the objective side, man. Drop it test. Okay. You got a new picture, bro. I forgot it. Looking fresh. Another guac for that. Yeah, man. For the guac.
don't tell Johnny Saint Nick what you want this year. Might get into your ass by the summer. Peter Pan taking when it's thought for you. No, we crank the club, black magic in here, so drink it up. And you gon' be just as drunk as us. You gon' be just as drunk as us.
I don't know if it's the vocal that's muddy. It's more like the warping, the timing. Could be louder. Yeah, so with this, this is what I usually teach people when they do this a lot. Grab your vocal, split it up. The problem is the vocal is rapping at a very fucking fast rate. So, you know, you want to split it up so it's not. If it's done for your song, then it might sound a lot better. But when it's not, it usually sounds like some dude's rapping over a song that he wasn't rapping on. So, and it sounds weird, like muffled, like it could be the warping.
Saint Nick, what you want this year? Might get into your ass by the summer. Peter Pan taking when it's thought for you. No, we crank the club, black magic in here, so drink it up. And you gon' be just as drunk as us.
You gonna be just as drunk as fuck. And the bean can got to go. Be just drunk as fuck. You know I got it gone. With the beat, fuck it up. You know, like some shit like that. You could do a motif like that where you chop parts of the vocal up so it's not just a you know what I mean? Like just chop it up.
You gon' be just as drunk as us.
And don't use it on the drop. And then you have that sound down the center. Right? It's way too much. I would say remove vocals if that sounds there. That's cool. The moment this other synth sound comes, it's hard to make everything fit. Now the kick's there. I can hear the kick. It's just not fucking. Got a sidechain, but even then, it's just the balancing of everything. Man, that kick is tiny, bro. What the fuck? Probably the strongest part of your song is here, where mix sounds, yeah, it makes sounds not so good, but it's not too bad either. So this is the strongest track because it sounds like you know what you want, everything's working, and it's not fucking like a bunch of people trying to talk to me at once. And you cut the vocals. Effects, atmosphere missing. Yeah, it feels like I'm hearing a raw song that you just made yesterday. Bitch coming up. God. Anyways, you got it, G. Look, if I were to ask you the question, right? West End's track, Apple Cider. How many elements are on the drop? Playing at once. Okay. Chris Lorenzo, Max Styler. London's on Fire. How many elements are there on the drop? What would you say, right? What is kick and bass? Kick, clap, open hat. Maybe some little ear candy in the back. But you don't see a lot of fucking synth work like this, you know, where the synths are constantly playing. Because you have to be precise with your ideas. When I hear this, it's cool. You know, don't get me wrong. It's like someone's having fun making music, but then you have to ask yourself the question, you know, what's the main idea and what's the setting for the song? And that, if someone heard that shit live, like, they're being bombarded, like, by a lot, bro. Like, it's mucho. You know, the whole point of this offbeat bass is everybody can dance to it. Dun, 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 dun. Let the bass speak and then ear candy, chop shit up. You don't have to have, you know, like, let the track breathe. Think of the groove. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, man. All right, Bob in space, but it's 3 dudes. Which one's Bob? Or is that Chris Dussy? What the fuck? Holy shit, what a lineup, bro. Chris Dussy, Sub Focus. He looks familiar. Space Laces? What a fucking lineup. Holy shit, got together. No quiero ser intenso. Wait, what do you mean? No, it's it might have, bro. I have too many. All right, so 3 guys made this song. I have high hopes. Vibing pretty good. Yeah, Axel, you're learning, bro. See, that's why I do these streams. That's why I do these streams, bro. I didn't have to say it. I was about to say it, and then I read the chat. That's why we do what we do. The vibe of the song. That open hat's not it. Why, though? Because it kills the vibe. You know, the track's super dope. There's like this nice shaker, right? But then that open hat is way too, like... I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what... I need to learn better words. I mean, the logical answer here, everyone, is going to be the offbeat... an offbeat shaker, like a right? Why, though? It's not because... It's the vibe. It's the vibe. It's not... We... Kills the vibe. Now, you could probably go with an open hat that's a bit more like organic sounding, I would say. Not as, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what word I'm looking for. I guess in like a real life recording of a ride or like a cymbal would probably be a lot better for this. It can't be so like, when I hear this, I'll just say it sounds rounded and it sounds a little too, it needs to be a little bit more smoother and blend in to allow the hypnotic vibe of the song to embrace me like a warm blanket on a on a cold summer night with a cup of noodles with tapatio and lemon. Sound good. All right, let's keep going. Everything else sounds proper though, man. I would say. See that ride? That ride's nice. Sharp. Thank you. Sakira Mana. Sharp. Glorious, glorious. Yeah. They're revealing themselves. They took off the hood. They took everything off. What's up, Focus? Chris Stassi and Steve Aoki. And this is Bob in Space, motherfuckers. This is the part where Sub Focus came in, bro. I'm curious for the third part. This is for sure Steve Aoki. Fucking hell, dude. Not a fan of the sound design of that saw sound or the ARP. Hey, it's really good, guys. I don't know if you guys are in here or one of you guys. I don't know if I got Chris Stassi in here or Sub Focus or Aoki, but that's really good. Like I said, I think my only complaint was that open hat. This section, I would say, is the weakest, though. I like the idea of the ARP and I like what's going on, but it just feels like out of everything, this section is the part that needs work. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because the ARP's not in sync or if it's one of the shakers, but that's the main thing for me. Like this section here, like there's something weird. Like it's good. But there's something's wrong. I can't say what, but it's definitely gonna make me go check stuff. You know, like if it was my song, I'd be checking and shit, man. But yeah, man, this is really good. I like it. As for where would this be played, I'm not sure, but I think this is great. Like I enjoyed the ride. Yeah, Bob's in. I thought, yeah, no, dude, he's back from space, dude. I enjoyed the ride. I thought it was pretty sick, like very different, and I liked it a lot. As for where the fuck would you hear this? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm assuming at a stage where everyone's like shroom the fuck out or high as shit, like come down stage. That mid drop though is crazy. I like that. That was my favorite part. I also like the pad. The pad is great, like people said. You really placed it really well in the mix. Like I was just bumping it loud over here. Usually I'm hearing these tracks at like 12 or 10. I was at 3 o'clock for this one. I was just enjoying the ride, so good shit. But like I said, yeah, for me it was just an open hat, and then there's something fishy going on here, so I would check. And hopefully you guys get it signed, man. Get it out. It feels like either labels have that formula in their tracks, or you're gonna have to self-release though, because that's gnarly, bro. Good shit. Yeah, as for the story, I thought I had a story to tell. I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, I guess the stories could be the ARP constantly playing, because I know a lot of melodic house follows that formula where like the sequence starts from the beginning, filtered, you bring it in, you bring it out. So it could be that as well, you know? But anyways, really good. guy's looking sexy as fuck.
Let's get dirty.
Let's get this out of the way. Kick and bass aren't sounding optimal.
Let's get dirty.
So that's my first thing. Like, something needs to be done with the kick and bass, especially for tech house. I would say it's the Achilles heel for many. But let's see the idea.
Feel the rhythm, let's get dirty. Let's get dirty.
Stick sound design on that.
Let's get
Isn't that the case with everything? I heard like someone went to Ultra and they went to watch Hard One. They were like in the front stage and all they could hear is dum 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 dum.
take my soul, take my
String sounds are cool or tut tut tut, but maybe use real strings. Contact library staccato strings.
take my soul, take my money. People jumping, badges popping. Take my money, 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 take my money.
That snare is popping out like crazy. Let's go, motherfuckers!
Take my soul, take my money, feel the
There
rhythm,
comes
let's get
Thursday. Man's definitely risking it though. Hey, full delay effect.
let's get dirty.
Interesting. Dun 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 dun.
Let's get dirty.
You had to add your culture, your flavor in there, huh? Cool. I mean, I think the song has some really good sound design, man. Like, I'm hearing some stuff that excites me, which is dope. As a whole product for me, the song doesn't excite me like to that extent. That's why I did the hook thing. The hook was there with a little bit of bait. Just didn't add such a fat ass bait, so I didn't take the bite. But main thing for me, moment I heard this, I already knew kick bass need work. Best way to explain it, kick is knocking like crazy. The bass is almost like flat sounding, but I think it's because it's not doing the poof, 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 poof. It's not punchy. So it feels rather like it's there, but it's not doing what I feel it should be doing. It doesn't sound like it. From there, vocals cool.
Take my soul, dirty.
I thought it was sick. Maybe doing a bit too much here. Dun, dun, dun. And then some of the shots just become a little too preset-y. That's it. Can it be pitched down an octave? What I would say. But yeah, I guess it's more of like the shots you're shooting off, right? They all need to have a theme. They all need to sound similar. They all need to be in the same like space. And that's not a reverb thing. It's just more about the design of the sounds. You go with an FM shot, and then you get all phaser on me. And then you go into this weird hit with a shit ton of delay. Sonically, I mean, those sounds individually, they're all cool question is, do they come together well to give you a story? Yeah. But my favorite sound is that. But yeah, cool, man. Still above average. I would say above average. Sounding decent. Yeah, too random is a good way of saying it. I'm just trying to explain why it sounds random. Yeah, I'm always trying to say, why do I think this way, rather than me saying, oh, this sounds all over the place, and then moving on to the next one. I'm trying to think, how can I explain it to him in a way where he'll fucking learn from it, get better, become a big DJ, and then once he gets big, he'll come back and return the love. And yeah, you know. I'm investing here. Those drums, bro, are pissing me off. It could be fine to leave the drums here, but have you tried removing them in this section, or just leaving the open hat and getting rid of the shaker? That's what I would say, or the rolling close hat. That's something you might want to try just to change it up a bit. Again, if it sounds weird, just leave it. But right now, the fucking fast close hat's pissing me off. This section here, the sounds, right? Sounds have dynamics to them, and on the synthesizer you control the dynamics of the sound with your amp envelope, which is in Serum it's going to be the first one. In Silent it's at the very top. What other synths are there? Fuck. But usually they'll also say loudness contour. But anyways, when a sound is doing like you know, that melody's playing at a certain rate frequency, in the sense of like how fast it's hitting and how much it's moving. So for me, when I hear that right now, it's very wrung out, especially the Korg M1 organ. So if there's any way for me to shape it better, which if you're using the Korg M1 Rompler, it's all about the way you're playing your MIDI notes. Yeah, so that's the part that I'm kind of learning again, like, because I've been doing a lot of rolling bassline stuff. Sometimes it's not about the way you program the synth. Sometimes you have to have the sustain all the way up, but but the MIDI note doesn't have to be elongated all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to rhythm and the feeling of rhythm, it's like if I play a drum and go ba, I can also play the drum and go ba, and I can also play the drum and go ba. You know, so that's the dynamics, the length. So with that Korg M1, maybe it's as simple as changing the MIDI notes so that not every MIDI note is elongating, but you know, some of them are short, some of them are long, some of them are fucking drawn out. It just depends. So I would play with that. It feels like this, rather than that's the feeling I'm getting hearing this. I feel that, no worries. The bum ba 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 do no 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 ba 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 do. See, if I go do 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 do, right? But then if I go, instead of that, I go ba 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 do 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 ba bam bam do no do no ba bam bam do no do no ba bam bam ba bam bam ba bam bam do 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 ba bam bam do 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 ba bam. You know, it sounds a lot groovier and less robotic because it's not ba 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 bam 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 no bam 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 bam. You gotta add those changes in the MIDI. Or maybe I just need sidechain. Who knows, bro? Six switch. Donald Duck, is that you? Quack, quack. Here, why don't you switch? You don't need to follow the melody the whole time, you know? You can switch it into a completely different thing here, which will make the song more exciting, in my opinion. Or like maybe you just go all groove-based, or maybe you give the melody a rest and you do other stuff. But if you must follow the melody still here, and you want to do the switch, then better synth. Sounds like ducks. Again, you don't need to keep following the melody. Here, how about you just leave it on one note? Leave it on one note. You don't have to follow the melody constantly throughout the song. You can take a step back from it for us to miss it and then bring it back in a glorious way, man. So here, just keep it on one, I would say. Create tension. Watch me now. No, remove that sound, bro. That sound you added there is not working. The accordion one's fine, the other one. That's all I'm gonna say on it. I think you have a lot. Just try the stuff I said. I promise you're gonna be like, holy shit, and you're gonna like think differently about it. I think you'll be good. Here, switch. Don't follow the melody. Switch on that section. Break here. If you switch here drastically, where you get rid of the melody we've been hearing, you could probably come back into the melody. If it still sounds a bit too boring, I would say no melody and just tension, and then accordion one sound. If you want to layer it with something, layer it, but maybe a different sound, because that sound doesn't really gel with it that well. And then from there, just do your thing on the right side. Hopefully the answers will present themselves there. Organ or accessory. Nice. Cool. The sound is set on that white sound. Interesting. I'm not sure it's hitting the way it should, but it's interesting. Close hats are buried in there. They need to pop out more. Nice.
wanted to let you know.
Come on, bruh. Man, fuck it. Are you single? Just fucking go to the bar. Get some girl to like you, and then tell her, can you record this for me? It's that goddamn splice sample, bro. Fuck. I was ahead of my time. I'll put it down. Oh, that's all I gotta say.
That I miss you.
One more chance, we can save the day. Hold my hand,
Vocals sound cool.
we could get away. I'm falling in your eyes. Give me one more night. Waste my time away.
Gotta be careful here. Vocals are getting lost. This one's better. This is a lot. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I would personally say. I think that dropped sick, man. This should be your first drop. Fuck that shit over there. I don't know what that is, man. That's fucking, that's a massacre, dude. That's cool. Reverb swells would be great here if you can execute them, because right now it feels way too fucking dry. And like, you know the breathing reverb. If there's any way to execute that, it would be sick. In this, I feel it could work really well. I hate this fucking ARP with dear life. I like this ARP's cool, but this is just what I would do. So reverb. Don't let the vocal get lost in all of this, by the way. That's happening here. I think the vocal's fine too, by the way. Why the fuck does what's his fucking name? Justin Bieber, that guy, those fucking white rappers, white hip hop. I have a playlist too called White Hip Hop, by the way. Those white hip hop guys, why do they get to sound like this? Huh? Why isn't it cheesy when they do it, bro? Like, he should be able to do it too, bro. I thought it sounded pretty good. Listen. There you go.
Let's go.
I don't know why I heard that there. I would also put the ARP down the center because it feels like that's the only place it's gonna be able to sit nicely. Yeah, that's anytime I hear a drop like this, I'm always just put listen. But the way I see it, for me, it's okay. That's the generic thing. That's a fucking thing to do. So how do you do it differently, right? How do you do it in your own way? Do the generic thing, but do it in your own way. I'm running out of time. I want you to add my vocals. I call out with you to say what I had to say, but you didn't add my vocals to the end of the song, you fucking bitch. What are you doing? Many producers would like to work with vocalists, but here you are working with one and not treating it the way you should. Like, it's cool, dude. I like it. Yeah, this is the main sound I hate. Cool, man. Other than that, yeah, just make sure your vocal's always at the top. If there's any way to add more atmosphere to the song, I would say fucking add it. That's all that's lacking. It's that atmo. It's a little way too dry right now, but that's all that's lacking. Other than that, you're good. Yeah, I'm still going, bro. I'm investing in you guys. You know, I don't make money off this. I think I only made $50 today from like donations to people to skip the line, but this is my investment. You know, because I always tell people they don't believe me. Some people don't, but I'm like, your success is my success. I know you guys will come back. You will support. Like, it's an investment I make every fucking Thursday in the morning, and I've been doing it for the past 8-10 years, and it's crazy. Like, I've been out to some shows. Like, for instance, I had Chase West come up to me, and he was like, "Bro, I fucking know you." The shit, like, and then he told me, "Yeah, you roasted my song once, but it made me who I am, bro." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I got his number, and then he said, "Send me any music, like you know, send me music. We'll get it on Revival and shit." So it's cool, you know, like it's a good investment. I don't get nothing now, and I don't expect anything in return. But one thing I've learned is always just being valuable to people will always, there's karma. You know, you get good karma back, bro. So yeah, if any of you guys get big, don't forget me, okay? Don't forget me. I'm here. I'll be here every Thursday in this fucking room. Maybe I'll have fatter panels, and maybe like I'll have a Moog 1 in the back eventually, which doesn't seem like a good idea, but yeah, it'll happen. Yeah, I actually had some guy come up, bro, and again, I don't mean this to promote anything in any way, and I had a brain fart. I meet a lot of you guys, and you guys come up to me. I rarely get out of the studio, by the way. And like yeah, I'll get stuff like, "Bro, you're preset. Oh my god, like I'm touring now. Like I can do this for a living thanks to you." And I'm just like, "Oh, that's good to hear." But I'm like, it's surreal sometimes because I'm just stuck in this room making like sounds and shit and samples and teaching and stuff. And then when I get someone coming up saying stuff like that, it's different. It hits different. That's why I need to get out a lot more, because when I meet people like that, it makes it all very rewarding for me. Fox, so you roasted my tracks to bits in the beginning. I still will, bro. I still weird.
I like the way you're going down in it. I like the way you're going.
Let's see what we got.
I like the way you're going down.
Because I remember Ash. Ash has been in here for a minute too, bro.
Down in it.
That's good to hear. Thank you, man.
I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it.
I'm not sure.
I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it, drowning it. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're down. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down in it. I like the way you're going down in it.
Okay.
Down in it.
I was gonna say.
Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down. I like the way you're going down.
I would have to hear a reference. I'm leaning more on the side. I don't know what to say, to be fair. I mean, it's cool.
I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down.
This is I'll do it with my mouth. It's the only way I can kind of explain what I'm hearing and just Johnny.
Drowning it. I like the way you're going down. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it.
So vocal should sit on top of everything. That's what you're telling me.
I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it. I like the way you're going down in it. Drowning it.
These little gaps just feel like some of them I want to fill it up with like a Reese or something, like a response. That's good. My first thing.
I like the way you're going down in it.
Boot tracks as reference. This is what I would do, and this is what's coming to my mind. Okay, it doesn't mean it's the right thing. This is just what my brain is saying I should do if this was my song, right? I'm hearing stuff in my head, which, you know, don't tell the men in white suits that, but this is what I like the way you're going down, 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 down. I like the way you're moving, move. I like the way you're moving, da. You know, something cool. I feel like just repeating the vocal like that is rather boring for my brain. So as I'm hearing this, I'm going, cool sound design, but I can't even enjoy it because the vocal sits on it like that. And I don't know if it's just because the vocal should be processed a lot more, but in my head, this is what I'm hearing. Like here, I like the way you're moving. You know, like something cool needs to happen. I like the way you're moving down. Mechanical effects, something time stretch on the vocal, and then it drops with the vocal playing on top, or the vocal, instead of being right on the drop, the vocal can be in those little gaps that you have here, and then let the sounds do their thing, and then vocal, yeah, because I'm not sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is gonna be my main thing, and and that's about it. I like this.
I like the way you're going down in it.
And then it reminded me of Taiki Nula. But was that Taiki New Light song that starts off with like a Kyoto, is it? A Kyoto? I forget the name of it, but it reminds me of that. I would just sample that melody out, bro. Fucking use it there. Who knows the song off the top of their head? I know there's Taiki New Light fans in here, right? Please don't tell me I'm old to the point where no one knows Taiki New Light, because he has that song with like a Kyoto in it. Like, that's what I would do, just to make it sound a little different, man. All right, guys. I think I did all the songs. Yep. Okay. So I gotta get going. I have a couple sessions today. I'm gonna go rest. Again, I appreciate you guys sending your music in. I do these every Thursday. I try and get on at least by 10 a.m. PST. So I restart also the list that I get. Today I got 90 tracks. I'm not gonna be going through them all. I can't. But I hope that just feedbacking these live for you guys helps you guys in some way or form, you know, on little thoughts, little techniques we discussed. But with that being said, you guys have a good rest of your week, okay? And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully I can get a video out. Something good, something interesting to help you guys out further. All right, now you guys take care.